Hey guys, you just here, welcome back to another Gears of War 4 video. So recently I attended a gaming event known as Insomnia 58 in Birmingham a few weeks ago, where I got to get some hands-on with Gears of War 4's campaign. I mentioned it briefly in that vlog video, but today I'm going to be showing my first impressions of the Gears 4 campaign after playing it for the first ever time. Now the playable campaign demo that I got to experience was a 10-minute section of the Damn No Detours chapter, which had been previously released already at Comic-Con 2016, which is the exact same gameplay that I got to play that you are watching in this video. The gameplay demo features JD, Kait and Dale joined by Fenix, who are trying to track down Rainer and the other outsiders as they come up against the swarm enemies. Starting off straight away, I instantly love the setting that Gears 4 is taking place in. You would never think that it's set on the same planet as the old games. The universe itself has changed quite a lot since Gears 3, and this is what just adds even more to the mystery that surrounds this new Gears game. As a returning character, Fenix himself fits in as you would expect. He has this cool old man grumpy attitude to him that really plays out, especially when interacting with JD, even when it comes to small little things like reviving each other, which is a really great concept to see, being such a different change of pace compared to how Fenix is as a character in the older games. When coming up against the swarm enemies for the first ever time, I could tell that there is a huge improvement compared to fighting the Locust in the campaigns. I liked how intelligent the swarm were, even on the casual difficulty. There would be times when the drones would actually move from cover to cover based on where you were sitting as a player for actually getting angles on you, and they would near enough every single time roll out of cover when I attempted to throw a grenade at them, just like how real players do in multiplayer. Now this was the first time as well that I also got to take on the new Juvies, and these little creatures are crazy. They will dodge all of your shots, bouncing from side to side just to attempt to take you out. I also noticed that the swarm aren't scared of you. They will actually rush you as quickly as possible just to finish you off with a easy, quick kill. For the campaign, the fun really begins when the wind starts having an effect on the gameplay itself. For me personally, the wind was the best thing about the gameplay demo that I got to play myself. It's just so new and unique to the experience in a Gears game that it completely just throws everything you've learned out of the window with how you play the new campaign. Being able to interact with the environment, shooting things that take out the enemies, pushing against the wind yourself as you're just trying to roadie run through the certain areas in a certain angle, or even just literally just standing behind the cover as you are gently getting pushed out of the cover by the wind itself, to trying to use weapons like the boom shot. You have the grenades, torque bow, or even the new buzzkill, which all just go over the place unless you really take advantage of how the wind is and shoot them in a certain way, just depending on how strong the wind is at that current one time. It really makes the whole atmosphere a lot different compared to the old games, but in an amazing way. Then lastly, you have to fight your way through the elements, basically with the lightning strikes coming down, which were okay, average, or alright I would say, but not as good as the actual wind itself. Now I probably played this same section over and over and over again, probably about 20ish times I would say, both on casual and also on insane. If you didn't know, insane is actually unlocked from the game's release, meaning if you want to, you can actually play through the Gears 4 campaign for your first ever time on the insane difficulty, but let me give you some advice. You don't want to unless you really want to be dying over and over again, trying to enjoy that new storyline. When playing on the insane difficulty, everything is crazy. The swarm enemies are as clever as ever, trying to literally outsmart you on every possible situation that could be played out in the gameplay. As you know, there are these swarm pods all over the place, and randomly every time one pod could actually contain a screamer. Now a screamer is a not fully developed juvie that once it emerges screams this crazy high-pitched noise that pops all of the other pods in the area, which just bring about 7 or 8 juvies in total on you all at once, and all it takes on Insane is literally just to be hit the one single time and you're dead, you're finished. My first time playing on Insane, the difficulty, I just kept dying over and over again every time a pod opened up with a screamer inside, just because there would literally just be juvies coming out of pods in front of you, but also the pods behind you as well, which was the worst thing ever, making the screamers your arch nemesis, one of those enemies that you don't want to be coming up against on Insane. It's just mental. Now, I noticed the best way to kill the enemies on Insane was by using the environment as much as possible, as anything interactive is actually marked with this like yellow barricades, so you could actually get quite close to the lightning strikes just by simply making sure that you use the environment to your advantage as much as possible. The problem is though, being on the Insane difficulty, trying to go through the lightning strikes themselves is probably as hard, I would say, as killing swarm enemies, because all it takes is for you to get hit by it once and one of those things and you instantly die, like you are just electrocutedly fried basically. So again, I do advise for the first playthrough of Gears of War 4's campaign, if you want to enjoy the storyline, don't play on Insane. So there you have it. There is my first impressions of the Gears 4 campaign, a gameplay walkthrough demo that I got to experience at I-58. Overall, I'm actually just really looking forward to playing the storyline in general again. The whole setting, you've got the new enemies and so much more, is literally going to make this Gears game stand out so much compared to the others that we have played so far. Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.